Unlocking New Beginnings, a guide to personal growth. Buenos dias. Check mic 1212. How are you today, guys? Welcome to the morning show, Monday and Friday at 9:30 a.m. Today is Veterans Day, November 11th. Happy veterans to all those who have served here, our country in the United States. Thank you so much for your service. And we got a dad joke for you. You ready? Are you ready for this dad joke? Oh my gosh. Okay, so drop it in the comments that if we need a new person to start telling dad jokes over here because we could absolutely do that. Okay, so this dad joke that's not coming up. Okay, here we go. What kind of music does a boulder like? What kind of music does a boulder like? Rock and roll. Oh my gosh. If you've been in the show, that's been a joke before, but that's for all the veterans today. So thank you for your service again. Let's get right into our show because today, like I said, is Monday and that is absolutely Motivational Monday. And we are still sticking to this new beginnings. And this code is going to be our anchor for the whole month. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And today my schedule was bumpy. Um, I had a miscommunication. My husband and I share a car. And so I'm getting all ready for my morning show. I'm about to meet with Mr. Maine an hour before, and all of a sudden it's like, you gotta take me to work. Blah! So you know what? Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. We could all make mistakes, have miscommunication, but it's all good. So anyway, what do we have next, Miss Charmaine? Shout out to Miss Charmaine. We have birthday shout outs. This birthday was on Saturday, and I meant to give the shout out on Friday. Oh my gosh. It is the one and only my auntie, Tia Suma. Yay! Tia, feliz cumpleaños. Ojalá que este fin de semana fue súper chévere para ti. Te amo, te quiero y te extraño. I am telling my auntie that I love her. I miss her already. I saw her in October, and I already miss her. She's awesome. She lives in Miami, Florida, and I told her I hope that she had an amazing, awesome time. So what's next, Mr. Maine? We have birthday shout, of course. Okay. And because I was running around a little bit before coming over here, to keep it transparent, keep it real, my coffee is currently very cold, but I am drinking Café Colombiano. That's Colombian coffee. And with some collagen, some bulletproof MCT oil, and some coconut milk. So energy is coming out this morning for sure. All right. So I believe we get started because the next thing is if you like this show, make sure you are liking, sharing. You could get a mug at our link in there if Mr. Mean could pull it up. Yeah. Yes. Oh, this should be the thumb. Let's do the thumbnail like this, Mr. Maine, without the like and the share. Guys, yes, we're having inside conversations. Okay. Guys, if you like the show, please share. We want to get to 300 subscribers as soon as possible. 500, 1,000, and you know the rest. Okay. I love to get emails from people giving feedback, and I love it, and texts, and I love it. And when you do it here, when you leave a comment here, it exposes the show to more people because the algorithm picks it up. So again, I'm very grateful. You know who you are, who emails me, or those who text me, or those who call me. I really truly appreciate you. Please help us out by sharing, continue to share, and leaving comments below, because I want it to be a conversation, and I'll get to feed off whatever you're sharing and your thoughts, so we can continue the conversation. In today's conversation, oh yeah, we have the stickers, Mr. Charmaine. You can show them the stickers that they could get, put in their computer. See, I need to get me some in here because my computer's pretty clean. Okay. So I gotta get me morning show stickers. Jimmy's waiting for his face to be in it. Drop it in the comments if you want his face to be in it. Do you want to see Jimmy also on the mug? Yeah, and we have to update it anyway because now the morning show is 9:30. So yeah. All right. Action taker. It's gonna be me. Um, I don't have one for this lovely Monday. Last Friday was my husband. He's still out there. He has his training today, still making phone calls. So we go to the next slide because we're going to get right into, yeah, it's still Jimmy. Go, Jimmy. We'll see him on Friday. Let's get into our theme. Timestamp. There we go. Today's theme is Unlocking New Beginnings, a guide to personal growth. My friends, have you heard that saying? Because if we're not growing, we're dying. Or even worse, what happens with like water that stays stagnant and it's in the same place? There's no flowing. It smells. We get bitter, we get stinky. And that's one of the consequences of staying the same, right? Not seeing challenges as like the worst thing on earth, instead of these opportunities to grow and get better. And I only share that because whatever career I have I start at the bottom and worked all my way to the top. Shout out to my dad. He in Peru, he started in the mailing room of this company and ended up being, in an office with his suit. Well, not really suits, but dressed professionally. He gave us a life in Peru that he always wanted, right? I went to the YMCA. He sent me to summer camps. I went to private school, but he started in the mailing room. So that just to show, shout out to my dad for showing me that we could absolutely work our way up in that sense, and also persevere. Oh, I just thought about my dad. I'm so calling him and tell him to watch this show. Okay, let's get into it, Miss Charmaine. What's our first slide? Guys, if you know me, you know, and I know it's been a while. I used to do these free setting goals, but here's the thing with the setting goals that are free. People don't take themselves seriously. Seriously, because there's a lot of fear, and but we're going to be doing more. I could do some of these in the show. Let me know. I would like to know, what are some of the pushback? Oh gosh, that word is not welcome everywhere. What is some of the fear you have around setting goals? Here's the thing about new beginnings, or wherever you start, right? You want to create, setting goals gives you that North Star. And I'm in a school of thought that North Star, it starts with you. Because a career is a career, guys. It's not your life, right? Like, we get so into it, and not social media, but like Hollywood, especially in movies, they romanticize and praise those who work like 60 hours a week, those who stayed in the office after dark. You could see like their lamp is still there and it's dark and they're like hustling. And what has that made America? Fat, burnout, stress, medicated, and the divorce, and the list goes on. Do you want that? I certainly do not want that. And if you've been in a show, I used to pull those crazy hours, those 60, 70 hours in nonprofits. And it really is how I'm hardwired. So I am unwiring these things. I currently have a part-time job that I gave myself. I went all in for 2 weeks, and I'm pulling back to reminding myself, and because I'm the leader there in my team, about self boundaries, right? About creating systems where you're not working outside of your work hours. So that's very important to me. And so, let's set some goals. But before that, I would love to know, what are some of your fears about setting goals? Because, man, we could talk about that. I certainly want that to be the theme for December. I know there's a lot of like Christmas and holidays, but it's also the end of the year. And Jimmy and I love setting goals in November. We started our first couples Plantsgiving. We went to Princeton. We went on this whole little romantic getaway weekend, but we also went to this beautiful library that had a huge whiteboard. We set goals, and the following year we took three couples, three of our friends. We did the same thing. We did a retreat. We rented a nice house, an Airbnb, where we also did some goal setting. And November is like, I think it's that time where you're feeling all these, like this gratitude about life. You're excited about the holidays, and your year is ending and you're ready for a new year. And so I want to bring it up right now. It is November. If you're interested in something like that and you are in the Orlando area, Jimmy and I will be so happy. We're scheming something, where we're gonna most likely get to share our process. And leave me a message below. I was gonna say massage, massage. Listen, I'm in need of a massage. Okay, leave a message below if you're interested in that. But I want to know, what are those fears? Because they are fears, and that's why a lot of people don't set goals, right? Let's go to the next slide, Miss Charmaine. What do we have? Overcoming challenges. Alrighty then. Okay, so unlocking a new beginning. This guide to personal growth is, like I said, you tell me, what were some of those benefits when you had an obstacle that you overcame, like that you found a solution to, or that maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was you and your spouse, you and your best friend, you and the loved ones. Like, what were some of those benefits? First of all, how did you feel? I love this picture. It's like that victory sign. And that's what new beginnings can allow us. It's like really an opportunity to learn more about yourself. And if anybody says I was there and doesn't really take a good a good look at themselves, you might be in danger of staying stagnant. And I say that because, I'm in a role that I've done for many, many years. And there's always going to be room for improvement. And there's going to be times where, um, you know, as all of us, we can get triggered. We could go back to like trauma from being a child, right? Like events that happen. So instead of responding back to people, my gosh, how cool is it when we get to like take a look at ourselves? You want to know why? Do you guys want to know why that's even cooler? Because you cannot change people. Why? What do you mean I can't change my husband or my spouse or my mom? Yeah. So why go through that trouble and think we could change people when the coolest thing is that we could change ourselves? So overcoming challenges, I hope that you know that I mean personal. If there's other challenges, of course, grab yourself a support system, but I'm talking about personal, like character. How can we grow, right? This allows, this unlocks this new beginnings, and maybe giving ourselves this opportunity to see, to reassess what's going on in here. Because let me tell you, if we don't get to write that down, find out, we're going to act out. Everybody talks about, like, oh, you're being such a baby, you're being immature. But what's maturity? Isn't maturity being responsible for our own thoughts, our own feelings, and our own actions? I say that's adulthood. I say that's being responsible. Responsible is not having a career and paying bills. That's what the world wants you to think, right? And then we're walking around like chickens without a head, just so ingrained in our career, we forget about our true responsibility, right? And of course, if you've been in this channel, when this channel used to be called the Youth Developer, it's that we believe that the best form of youth development is by us, the adults, living our life to our God-given potential, to our strengths, our gifts, to our spark, whatever you call that, right? We here in YSuperstars, we call it a spark. And we're dying to know. Guys, what's your spark? If you're watching or watching the replay, drop it in the comments. What is your spark? And yeah, I will say absolutely. Let's embrace, let's welcome, um, not chaos. Let's welcome these opportunities, that when we're feeling like, if you're feeling pain in the shoulder, in the back, the pain is signal. Please do it. Just pause. A lot of times, what do we do when we feel pain? We pop a pill, we take a Tylenol, we take an Advil. Oh, I have a migraine, right? Like, but what is it, right? I found myself saying that one morning. I had this huge migraine, and I called out, right? I said, I'm not showing up. But what it was is just like, I did not check in with myself. So I'm glad I did. I'm glad I journaled it, and overcame that own personal challenge. It's going to come back to a personal challenge. What is next, Mr. Main? What is the next slide that we have? Yep. And all this leads, I will say, back to what I was saying, finding your North Star, finding your purpose. Um, as one of the reasons I took this position is because um, my purpose is to lead teams. And I will say that that's absolutely one of those moments where I feel like I could die today, like, or in facilitating workshops or a show like this, or anything where I'm putting myself out there, when I'm playing in the arena for those Brene Brown fans. So why not take that time to figure out what is your purpose? My purpose in this earth is to definitely lead teams and to facilitate and host. I love hosting this morning show. I love hosting people in my home. And you don't have to narrow it down to one, right? To me, I see it all as one, because when I'm leading a team, I'm also hosting them. I'm working with them, alongside of them, right? And I'm facilitating workshops. I'm training. I'm not just giving order. I'm training. I'm showing. I'm telling them why certain systems need to be in place, for the sake of the safety of the children and to protect my team. So that, to me, is my priority. So what is your purpose, right? And I'm going to challenge those who say God. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean specifically? What does God want you to do specifically? Using examples such as the one I just did, leading teams, facilitating workshops, hosting events, all in the same, to me, I lined it up of my service. That is my specific service, right? The one that I enjoy. So ask yourself, what is your spark? What is it that when you're doing this thing, there is so much energy, there are goosebumps, people can feel your energy, people could see the sparkle in your eyes. What is it what is your spark? And I'm dying to know. That was our saying when we first opened up YSuperstars in 2016. And it's gonna be the question that it's gonna it's what I talk to with my clients. What is your spark? I'm dying to know. What is your north? What do you want to be doing? What makes you happy? What gives you energy? Guys, I hope that if you are in this transition, if you have new beginnings, that you're asking yourself these questions, right? That you are prepared about you know your challenges that are going to come up, or obstacles, whatever you want to call it, right? But keeping your north star, finding your purpose, setting those goals to your purpose versus your career. We're still done. I mean, I'm personally done with careers that where people get sick, over underpaid, burned out. And what is that? That affects relationships. And there are way too many divorces out there, and it's like working on those relationships. And maybe you don't choose to maybe you don't want to get married. That's absolutely okay, right? But what about the other relationships? Maybe it's a relationship with your mom, dad, grandparents, whoever that is, right? I absolutely, I'm gonna end with this because I did challenge those who say just God as your purpose. Be specific. And I want to read this because this is from my book club. One of the notes that I made for myself and to bring to my book club. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm loving my book club. It's virtual, but I am loving it. Okay. So here's for those. Um, let's see if I could even get it. Shout out to Vanessa, Tammy, and Claudia. Those and I saw the movie, The Book Club. If you've seen it, drop it in the comments below. What is it that you love about this movie? There's two. There's The Book Club, and then The Book Club, the next chapter. So good, so good. Okay, so spirituality. For those who said, God, my purpose is God, let's break that down. Spirituality comes, this is old Brene Brown from her book, Rising Strong. So I'm quoting the best I could as I was typing it. So spirituality comes from resilience, overcoming challenges, and right there, overcoming struggle. Hello, we just said the same thing. So it's recognizing and celebrating that we are all connected to one another, aka relationships. Okay, our connection to that power, I'm sorry, that we're connected by a power also greater than all of us. God, the universe, whatever you use, fill in that there. And then our connection to, and our connection to that power, to God, the universe, whatever you use, and one another, is grounded in love and belonging. Practicing spirituality brings a sense of perspective, meaning, and purpose. So what I take out of that is there's going to be struggle, there's going to be challenges, right? And then we have this connection to God, which is not just to God, it's to each other, right? It's to who God created. Like He created all of us, right? So if you got beef, trouble, conflict with somebody else, it that is what God wants. God wants resolution. God wants harmony. God wants communication. God does not want beef, right? Or bitterness between people. And so why do we stay so busy? Because we don't want to deal with it. Why do we work so hard? At times, like, if you find yourself doing a lot of work, maybe it's something that you're not delegating, you're not communicating to your team. You got to find out those things so they can be harmony. I'm so excited about today, guys. I'm going to have a really cool powwow time with my team. And I'm looking forward to, again, bringing the expectation of harmony. And especially if you work with the youth, guys, you know that as a team, you got to be a united front before you go and tell a child, right? Because you can't tell a child be respectful and you're being such a rude person to your teammate or to other adults or maybe to other children. Why would it, what kind of example is that to the kids? So I'm very big on that. And so, guys, I hope that you found this show helpful. Again, please give it a like if you did. Share it with some or share it with one person and let them know what are their thoughts. I want to know their thoughts. So make sure you give it a like, give it a share. And where's Miss Charmaine? Charmaine, like and share, yes. Into our show. We will thank you, Miss Charmaine. We will see you guys on Friday. We started I think with a lot. Again, I want to hear it back from you guys. And on Friday, you'll have Jimmy back on the show, and we will wrap up. And oh, thank you, Miss Charmaine. This is why there's a team. Together, everybody achieves more. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I gave a lot. Let's choose one. Because I love challenge of the week when someone's in here and we're in conversation, we can pick it up from there. But I am going to choose about finding your purpose because we want to start with that. So the challenge of the week is to ask yourself, what is your spark? What's that? It's what gives you energy, what makes you so happy. It's that moment that you're doing the thing and you are in almost la la land. You're getting goosebumps. You're like, this is what I want to do all the time. So the challenge of the week is to find your spark. What is your spark? I'm dying to know. And with that, we are out of here. Drop your messages, drop it in the comments, and we will see you on Friday with Jimmy.